G'day, I'm Simon Chrsitie and welcome to Life Off-Road. This week it's our second feature episode covering all of the action from Milbrodale in New South Wales. It is the 2018 Tough Dog Tough Truck Challenge and we've got all the action for you. There are a lot of day stages. What will be the favourite day stage you're looking forward to?
That there big rock over there and the pipes and the tyres. Rocky Horror, that is it, sir.
Probably the most popular and notorious stage here at the 2018 Tough Dog Tough Truck Challenge is the Oricom Rocky Horror. This section of the track has been totally reworked this year. They've got a straight run across these boulders, up a climb behind me, around and down over a nasty boulder into this section of rocks here.
This year they've done a blanket rule where there's no free reversing and turning, so they've actually got to either engage rear steer or do a front dick and come around.
Close to 2 metres, this is one hell of a massive drop-off. This is the Mickey Thompson TTC, a crazy tyre and the biggest tyre here at Tuff Truck. Most challenging part of the course.
I just think they're drop-offs. I think it unedges a lot of people and makes them think a bit harder about how hard they're going to grab the seat.
If that 2 metre drop-off there at the 60-point marker isn't bad enough, this is the bonus line here. A close to 3 metre drop-off that the teams have got a choice of driving like they've been through their 100-point finish gate. It is a massive drop over these boulders down the rock face to score themselves a bonus 25 points. Safety is so important here at the Tough Dog Tough Truck Challenge. From gloves to helmets, racing seats and harnesses, window nets and the roll cages, every part of the vehicle is stringently checked before the competitors are allowed to compete.
The car is very safe. We've rolled this car numerous times. The roll cage has never ever budged, it's never moved. It feels very, very strong. I feel very safe in the car.
Welcome to the Rock Garden, one of the more scenic stages as the teams meander around a beautiful section here of terrain.
Points made a lot of people really question the angle. There's a really easy line and there's a really, oh my God, I'm in trouble line. The guys that have got a lot of seat time have nailed it, and even a couple of people that haven't had the seat time have nailed it.
Easy descent down through this section earns the teams 20 points. They then loop around, climb over this rock to earn 30 points and head straight to the 40-point gate.
Our whole stage has got as much real estate as you want to use, so it really comes back to you being able to determine where you can be on the track, taking extra turns, free digging, just positioning yourself. Some people just think that we give them a shopping lane, but that's not the case.
Two large rocks, an incredibly tight turn, And an interesting off-camber, nasty section up around these rocks, taking teams through the famous section of this track, around the big rock feature and to the 100-point mark.
That was on the time. We had 7 seconds left when we come off the 100. I didn't think we were going to make it, but that was awesome. This is tough truck.
Jawbreaker. Aim of the game is start at the top of the hill, bit of a zigzag down the bottom, coming up through this off-camber sort of 70 climb. We're here to make it a challenge for them and not make it easy.
The jawbreaker. See, that's a nasty stage. It's on a steep hillside. There's a few side angles. They've just got to get it right. The nav's got to put the car through a right line. If those guys concentrate and they're on ball that day, they can do well.
To start the jawbreaker, teams have got a fairly nasty drop-off over these boulders. We're then going to make a tight turn around this powdery sand and into this tight wedge here, and that is just to earn themselves 10 points. Two nasty drop-off sections here form the 20-point gate, or for a bonus 10 points, they can come through this section with a more severe drop-off. It is just nasty. These two red witches hats here that are really causing all of the major difficulties, pushing the teams up into an off-camber section as they come around through this bonus line just to try and score an extra 10 points.
Yeah, doing the bonus 10 points. They had 2 rollovers there.
At the 30 to 40 point gates, we've got some interesting open areas where loose soil is causing some major issues.
We took a lot of the bull dust out to make it a bit more easy for the competitors. Dirt to rock transfers never works. The bull dust has just come back and created havoc. They're just slipping down and taking the bunting on the lower side. Hopefully it doesn't get too much more dug out at those gates, or the boys tomorrow afternoon are going to have fun.
Beyond that, the teams venture into the 50-point gate and beyond on a new section of track.
And then we've added a new section in out here. Last couple of years used to be a spectator area. We've moved the spectators back and added in a new section to make it interesting for the competitors. A few people had a bit of a whinge about it. The track was too long, but this morning the teams have actually been quite happy and surprised with how easy the track's been to drive.
A nasty shootout section gets the teams to the 60-point gate. But it's this massive slab of steep rock here that will earn them just 70 points.
Something just went snap.
After looping back onto the course, descending down to the bottom of the track, teams make a 180-degree turn before facing this mess of a hill climb right here. What is this? What a mess.
Suck down, Richard, roll that in.
This cone gets removed to complete this section of the climb where teams have an option of facing the finish gate or the bonus line. This harsh drop-off here forms the final gate, 100 points for the teams who make it this far and the finish of the track. For those though who choose the bonus line, it's up to this side of the track, following this rock behind me up and over for an even perilous climb.
Drive off, drive off.
Tough Truck Challenge isn't just all about the extreme four-wheel drives. Exhibitors Alley gives spectators the chance to get up close and personal, talk to the sponsors of the event, have a look at the products they put out and get the right information on the products they need to get the most from their own four-wheel drives.
Mate, Tuff Truck is one of our longest running sponsorship events, and for us it's a really good opportunity to give back to the crowds, give back to the four-wheel driving community. We've been doing this for 13 years I think now, and it's just fantastic. I love coming up here.
For Mickey Thompson, we've been coming here for many years now, since about 2003. We like being here. It's in the core roots of where everything begins.
It gives us a chance to reach a broader community because these guys are more serious off-roaders. Yeah, it gets us to get out there a bit more and see a few more customers too that we don't get to see in person, so it's good.
What do you think the future holds for Tuff Truck?
I think it's getting bigger every year. You can see right now there's a lot of people here. They're lined up at the gates every time they get in. It's only gotten bigger every time we've come.
Tuff Truck is going to get bigger and better. It's becoming more of a family event. This is a great place to bring the kids and somewhere to really enjoy four-wheel driving in its most extreme.
This is the all-terrain stage. Right at the beginning, before they even get to the 10-point gate, this soft, sandy dirt here is causing major problems for the teams.
The all-terrain stage, one of the original stages named after the original club that founded Tuff Truck. Scores are pretty low so far due to the start here that we're standing in, bit of a sand pit.
From the 10 to 20-point gates, the teams have got a bit of a pass with an easy run. Around that 30-point gate is where things get a little bit more difficult. This is something you don't often see at Tuff Truck. This is space and choice. At the 30-point gate, they've got the option of driving up over the undercut rock and up this nice smooth face here, or driving through the wedge here.
Given guys a few more options and spots, made the gates a bit wider, so see if they can confuse themselves.
This is what the Tough Dog Tuff Truck Challenge is all about. To find the toughest trucks, you have to set the toughest stages, and this part here through the top of the all-terrain course is just ridiculous.
A lot of the guys with the wider vehicles will struggle to get round. They get jammed up in there.
Rocks, angles, climbs, it's got it all. I pitted the teams and the mechanicals as they're stretched to the extremes when they climb through this section.
We had, I think, 15 seconds left to go, so we were just trying to get to the next progression and get those extra 10 points. At that stage, it's just into it, try and keep it together.
He was getting after the throttle a little bit. Came up a little short. That happens.
We got 2 seconds.
Thank you for that.
At least you got some cool footage on the frame twist stuff.
On the far side of the rock behind me, you can see a vehicle about to engage the frame twister. This is one of the toughest stages at Tuff Truck. They'll come up and over that rock. They've got some tight gates to get through before they hit this log fan here where I'm standing.
I do really like the frame twister. That's one of the ones that incorporate rocks, incorporates big drop-offs, incorporates real skill in putting your wheels in a spot where you're not going to go sideways.
One of the new sections this year is this series of concrete and rocks right here.
Changed it up a bit this year, removing some of the mining tyres and putting in a bit more rock sections.
Whilst these rocks offer plenty of traction, this is still a very difficult section where wheel placement plays a major part.
Using some old sections that have been used in a few years just to try and get these guys fighting for their points and having a good day.
We've actually gone a lot better than expected today, so to break something on our last track is perfectly fine by me.
This section requires a whole lot of vehicular control as they come up and over these massive earth-moving tyres in the middle of the frame twister stage. This ridiculous series of earth-moving tyres is the final run to take competitors through the 90-point gate and towards the finish line.
Hopefully we'll get some clean runs through.
gave a few too many numbers, couldn't see where I was going, so I just ended up off the side. It's always an happy fault anyway, doesn't matter what you do.
Anything to say in your defence, mate?
No. Speechless.
And what do you want to see over the weekend?
Was it mud rats? Oh. I'm excited for that. I reckon that's going to be unreal.
Same as last year,
yeah, I reckon that's going to be unreal. I reckon I'm keen to see that.
Welcome to the Mud Rats Revenge. Now straight out of the start box, this is the first section where they'll get their tyres wet. It's a long, straight, easy run with some rocks at the end that can be a bit tricky when they get wet. By the time the teams get here, they have certainly warmed up. This run through here over the earth-moving tyres will earn them 10 to 50 points. In between each of these tyre sections, there are varying amounts of water, rock, concrete and mud. The teams will find it quite difficult as they traverse over with a different technique for each one. They've got to keep the momentum up.
This year we've put a few big excavator tyres in to try and ramp it up, make it a bit harder for the guys. A few people were saying it was too easy last year, so we've made it even harder and now they're complaining.
This section of Mud Rats Revenge has always been a serious drop-off into one of the deepest sections of the mud. But they've changed it this year with these earth-moving tyres. 4 steps in a row down into the water. It'll be interesting to see how the teams go. What are some of the particular areas where people are struggling?
Going down the tyres, we had one big rollover in there and that was quite a frightening thing where poor guy was under the water.
The last run through the mud here for 100 points is definitely where all the challenge is. At the 70-point gate, we've got an undercut drop-off that is quite severe. A run through the mud and up to the concrete steps, which always proves to be an exciting challenge. Jesse and Steve, you've got to be wrapped with that performance.
Third's good. It's a tough event, tough field. It's good to see the stage officials lifting their track and really having to think about what they're making us do, so that was really challenging.
Team Red Suit.
What will be the plan to come back to try next year?
Try to get a bit more flex out of it and get a tyre up the ramp. That's where we seem to be let down.
Find some bigger rocks, and then I can get him up over it.
For the 3rd time in a row. Just Customs.
3
3 times in a row is overwhelming. I tell you that without this team that's behind me, me and Tim wouldn't be where we are now.
The stages have been fantastic. Going on last year, they've definitely upped the ante. So I'm dreading to think what they're going to be like next year.
Congratulations and thank you so much. Awesome effort.
Thank you very much.